show notes out here.
Yeah, I had to get the show notes. What's going on, everybody? This is wait. No. So what popped in my head as soon as I was saying that was like, back in the day, like it's like 11 o'clock at night and you listen to the radio and the guy comes on, he's like, welcome to the quiet storm.
Stop the man. Okay, so the funny part is I used to be a DJ for a little bit. So I used to cut the in between of all the songs. Like they had the song playlist, so I really didn't have to do nothing.
Right.
Except for intros and outros of the songs and then like the commercials and all that good stuff. But I had to come up and have I had to get a DJ voice. I didn't know what I was doing. When I came in there, I was much younger. So I came in there like, hey, how you doing? This is Steve or something. The dude was like, cut. You got to do this again, because what you're not going to do is do that on my air.
Right.
So I had to get in my DJ voice bag. So yeah.
But yeah. Welcome everybody. This is the first episode of the Fear the Hive 1155 podcast,
baby.
And no, this has absolutely nothing to do with Beyonce.
We will be talking about Beyonce from time to time, but this is not a Beyonce podcast. I'm sorry to tell you that.
But if the name draws the beehive in for listeners and draws in Beyonce, I welcome it.
I'm saying just don't sting us. We are agnostic at worst, fans at best. We respect the talent level. Matter of fact, I'm still kind of sad that I didn't get a chance to go to the concert, although I heard it was an event. Definitely respect, because
for sure.
She's number one at the moment.
Absolutely. That Renaissance tour is it's raking in the dough.
Matter of fact, I know this is not at the top of our show notes. Did you see the reports coming out of the LA Renaissance concert? Okay, first of all, everybody and their mother and their stepchildren were at the concert. How can I say that confidently? Because there is a picture of not Bill Gates. What's the other rich guy's name? Amazon man.
Oh, Jeff
Bezos, his new boo thing, the Kardashians, and all of the West children, all at the concert together, on top of almost every A-list celebrity there, like Tom Holland and Zendaya, and Quentin Bronson, and the chick from The Bear on FX. They all went together, and then you got like it was nuts. This is like every star was out there, and it was an amazing show. She sang "Happy Birthday" to Diana Ross. She sang a little sister ditty after she saw Tia in the crowd. It was pretty dope. Yes, she did. She did. Right in the middle of one of her sets, she sang 5 seconds of the old. It was a song Tia and Tamara did when they were on Sister. Like they cut an album because they were so popular they could sell anything. So she remembered it, and so she sang a bar of it in the middle of what she was singing. Everybody's like, how do you gotta be really, really good to incorporate that in your set. So, but yeah, it was dope from what I understand.
Oh yeah. Well, so the other thing that we're going to do is, since this is the first podcast, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm going to let my co-host, Steve, go first.
Hello, my name is Stephen Howard. I go by a lot of names, a lot of monikers. You can call me Mr. Steve if you like. That's fine. Or Mr. Howard. Some friends call me El Jefe. It really kind of depends on where you fell in my life. Like early in my life, you used to call me Shaq. I mean, when I was in college, you used to call me the Don. It's okay. It doesn't matter to me. I've been called a whole lot of things.
Oh my gosh, dude. You need some serious help. Well, that is my co-host, and I am Dom, or Dom G, Dominique Goins, whichever one you want to call me. However you're going to know me. I don't have as many monikers, but I'm just not. I've only recently actually started going by Dom because people started messing up my name when I gave it to them for orders for Dominique, and they would always butcher it, the spelling. So I just said, you know what? And then they always used to take me as a female. So I just said, you know what? Everybody knows Dom Toretto. I'm just gonna go by Dom.
Wait. We got to have a timeout. Have a TV timeout. So they heard you on the phone, screwed your name up,
Yep.
and then assumed that you were a female?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. To a point to where, like, at work, using instant message, I didn't have a profile picture. So when my name would come across to say Dominique Goins, I remember I was chatting with this guy trying to fix his issue. By the way, I'm in IT. And what happened was I had to help him fix his issue. And he started sending me like the face emojis with the hearts and stuff.
So he started with you.
So he was flirting with me, yeah. And it was awkward. And I was while troubleshooting, I was like, I hope I don't have to call this guy, because sometimes if they would mess up, I would have to call them in order for them to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. And excuse me. And that's exactly what happened. I had to call him. And I felt bad because I felt like I disappointed him.
How loud can I laugh right now? I just want to know, how loud can I laugh?
I mean, as much as you want. But it was the most awkward thing ever, because I called him and I was like, yeah, this is Dominique. And you could hear his heart shatter through the phone.
So in my head, I see this clear as day. He's messaging you, and you're being very inviting because you're trying to get situation done.
Trying to get
in
it
his
done.
head, he's messaging a girl, so
yeah,
he's reading your messages in a girl voice, and the more he reads it, the more sensual the voice gets. That's why he's sending you all these emojis. So in his head, when he was ready to pick up the phone, he was ready to hit you with the DJ voice.
Yep.
You picked up, hey, this is Don for IT. He was like, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. What you like? His world was crushed.
Like, I mean, one of the emojis was the wink emoji, and I was like, yo, this dude's like super seriously flirting with me right now. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry.
I'm only here to help your IT needs.
That's it.
You got to go somewhere else for the other, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is it. But yeah, so that's me. That's my co-host Steve, and Steve actually put together the show notes. I kind of just went in and chimed in what I could. So I mean, with the first segment, well, in this show, what we're gonna do, we're two married guys. I mean, not like together, but like two guys.
From the story you just gave, love is love, man. I mean, you could have inferred, but yeah, no, we two married guys with children and families.
Yes.
More of the more traditional nature, if you're wondering.
Yeah, and we just wanted to put together this podcast because we have a good time talking. Definitely wanted to include you guys in some of the conversation that we have. And like I said, Steve did put together the show notes for today, so I'll let him kick it off.
So we're a little new to this. I much more than Dominique, but when we're talking, these conversations that we're letting you in on, it's really just us rapping about, stuff in our lives, chopping it up. And so, sometimes it'll follow a format. Sometimes it doesn't. But as with all things at the moment, the question is Kadarius Toney still a Kansas City Chief? Can we start there, please?
So, I have Patrick Mahomes for my quarterback, and
I shouldn't laugh. That's bad.
Yeah, best believe I was a little hot. I was like, you know what, and you know what, this brings an interesting concept, because I'm like, they need to look at some of that stuff again and reclassify some interceptions, because that interception was not on Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, look, my wife, who I am playing this week in fantasy, has Patrick Mahomes as well. And in our fantasy league, which is a very interesting scoring system, pick sixes are -20.
Oh, Jesus.
So I saw it go through his hands. I said, no. Then I saw the Lions dude catch it. I was like, run. I mean, no shade to Patrick Mahomes, but -20 is -20, my man. I mean, and I need all the points I can get at this point.
Like, there's some, like, if Patrick Mahomes was throwing it into, like, deep coverage and he overthrew it and it was absolutely going to the defender, okay, yeah, he gets all the blame on that one. But when it hits the receiver's hands and just goes whoop,
so you want a whole new column?
Yeah,
you want a whole new and you want a whole new "it's your fault" interception column.
Well, no. Well, kind of, but essentially, what you do is you just put the interception on the receiver, because that was his fault. Or one of my coworkers was like, how about we do like halves? I'm like, no. That's not on Patrick Mahomes. I can see where you can do half, but no. That one was not his fault.
That man, I saw a still after the game of the catch of the ball in his hands and saying that this picture that you see is of a pick six. And I was like, you're absolutely right, because okay, I did not play football in high school or college. I did not play tackle football at all. My mother wouldn't let me play football. I wish she had, kind of, sort of, because I got hands. I can catch. I played flag football all through college. I went to regionals. We traveled, all that good stuff. Like, I played flag football against some guys that actually played football in the ACC. So I catch a little bit, like, one-handed, the Odell stuff. I was doing that before Odell was even in college. It's all good. And, we live by the motto, if it touches your hands, you got to catch the ball, right?
Catch it.
I fussed at my son a lot. If it touches your hands, that's your ball, right? And that it's a feast or famine situation, right? Because you got to catch it if it touches your hands. And to be an NFL wide receiver with that much responsibility in that kind of situation, to have that many drops, the fact that he wasn't cut at the game, that speaks to the organization that they have and how much they trust Patrick Mahomes to coach up these wide receivers.
Well, because that's in an Andy Reid system. You dropping balls like that? Oh no, we can't have that.
If he was a Patriot, he'd have been cut by the third quarter. I'm telling you, he wouldn't even been in the play that he missed. Before 3rd and 20, it was. I think it was the first. In fact, it was the first play of the drive after the Lions went 4 and out. And they drew up this beautiful. Andy Reid draws up this beautiful play, or whoever the offensive coordinator is now that Eric Bieniemy's gone, draws up this beautiful play, pulls the safety off, has the wide receiver coming right past the right hash mark. Patrick Mahomes throws a beautiful pass.
Yep.
Man,
oh yeah.
I feel for him. They say he deleted all his social media, and I'm glad, because that's not good for your health.
Nope. Yeah, not at all. You see LeBron, like, during playoff time, he gets off. He's like, nope, don't want to sit. No criticism, whatever. But that's something that's he's gonna have to get together, because I've got Patrick Mahomes for the year. And,
so what does your fantasy team look like? Let me ask you that.
Yeah. So, for my fantasy team, I have, like I said, Patrick Mahomes. What is it, that rookie running back from Detroit? So I've got Patrick Mahomes, Stefon Diggs, DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
Wait.
Hold on. How did both you and I get Dalvin Cook? Do you think? Okay, so I took him on a flyer in the last round.
Yeah.
Right. Where did you get him?
I think I got him. Had to been like 7th or 8th round. Because I'm like, new team, and get this. I also have as my backup quarterback Aaron Rodgers. I was like, hey, look, new team.
How many people are in your league?
12.
12? Okay. I got an 18 league, so crazy.
Yeah. But yes. Well, so, and then on top of that, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the quarterback.
Even as your backup. See, that's the thing. That's how I know people don't be paying attention to NFL. Because once he left Green Bay and they dropped him down in the quarterback rankings, everybody forgot. It's like, did y'all not watch Hard Knocks? Like,
right.
Do you not know where he went? Do you not know the support that's there? And I'm not saying that he's going to be all-world Aaron Rodgers going forward. But what I am saying, though, is I shouldn't be able to get him around 5, round 6, round 7.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I would have drafted him, but I got Jalen Hurts as my backup, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I picked up Aaron Rodgers because I was like, okay, well, he's still here. Number 1. 2, new team.
Yeah.
They got weapons. He's still a gunslinger. Like, honestly, Aaron Rodgers is one of the people where if you have 5 minutes left and you need a drive, you don't want him with the ball.
No.
Because he'll torch you. There was like three people. Tom Brady, with Jesus Brady.
What? You said
Patrick,
Jesus Brady? Hadn't heard that one yet. Okay, I will add that to the repertoire.
Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers. They're
Yeah.
and what's his name from the Buffalo Bills?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen. You don't
Not Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow hasn't seen. I haven't seen enough from him. Yes, what he did at LSU was good.
Okay,
but in the NFL, I haven't seen enough.
At
So
the
I
end of
can't.
games. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I need a couple more, and then he can be added to that list. But until then, he stays where he's at. But yeah, we have our league. We have one quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, a flex, which is wide receiver, running back, and tight end, kicker, and defense, and then we have 4 bench positions.
Oh,
okay. So and the contrast to this is my wife. They have like the same stuff, but they have like 6 bench positions, which is weird to me because
that's a long draft.
It's a long draft, but then also what happens is if somebody gets hurt, you should already have the replacement in your lineup.
Yep.
You can't drop but I think having 4 bench positions is a little too much. I want the option to have some decent quality people sit, as free agents should I need them.
Okay. Yeah. And it's hard with 12 teams. It's hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a grueling season already. So it's like if we had like 3, okay, fine. There might be some decent quality pickups, late in the season. But that's where I'm at now. But
that means you got to find the gems, and you got to be aware of the injuries. Like,
so for 3 seasons
in the world,
3 seasons, I've been the regular season champ. Obviously, I can manage my team in the regular season. The postseason, totally different story.
Yeah, I was about to say, you said that like your postseason prospects wear gray and blue with a star on their chest.
Yeah. So what happens is, like, one year I had Derrick Henry. He got hurt. Cooper Kupp last year got hurt.
Yeah.
And then this past year, well, it was Cooper Kupp's fault that I lost.
Cooper Kupp, who's hurt again, by the way, but
yeah. So it's all his fault that I lost because he was my main wide receiver. He was pulling in the points. I was dominating. Couldn't nobody stop me. And then he got hurt, and I had to rearrange a few things. And I finished out the season strong, and even got to the championship game, but just lost.
Okay, so week 17 or 18, whichever it was, I hate fantasy football ending on that week. I absolutely loathe it because there's almost no expectation of who's going to play, especially if your guys are on good teams. I hate it because even if they do play, if they've locked it up, you're going to get a half out of them. You're going to get a quarter out of them. You're going to get full F out of them. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to hope that your guys are playing in must-win games, or else you're not going to, But that's the selfishness of fantasy football, though, right? Like, I need for y'all to perform every single week. I don't care that you locked up the division 3 games ago. This is week 17. I need to win.
Yeah, so. It's like, no. You need to play for the Final Fantasy people that have you on the team.
I mean, they're the ones that are watching, that are paying for, okay, here's the question. Sorry, sidebar. Did you get a Sunday ticket this year?
Yeah, through YouTube TV.
You took that $50 off and ran with it, didn't you?
Well, me and a couple coworkers, we went in together. And
okay. All right. Okay. So you got the large tier with the multiple TVs, so y'all could use the logins. I got you. Yep.
The only problem is
that's a good idea.
The only problem is the main guy who got it lives in like DC, in the Maryland DC area, which has him pegged in like in Philadelphia, which I'm an Eagles fan, so all right, cool. But the problem is, I got a alert the other day that said you're outside of the network. You're outside of Philly.
That's what they're doing now. That's what they're doing now.
So I was like, oh shoot, looks like I have to go get a VPN.
Man, unless you're gonna stream it directly from your phone to your TV, which I'm pretty sure you could probably do if you wanted to.
Dude, there's a Google TV behind me.
Yeah, I mean, oh well, dang. And that's what, and that complicates it when it's a Google TV. Because if it was just Direct TV, you can just bypass it and stream it straight to your Google TV. You're good. But now that it's Google TV and you got to get a VPN. That's trying to decide. I'm on the cuff. Like I keep looking at it and I look at my bank account. I look at it and look at my bank account. My bank account's going no, and I'm going. I'm gonna wait you out, and soon enough, it's gonna be yes.
Well, the good thing about the VPN is most of the time when you buy it, it comes in like 2 or 3 year packages. So
Yeah.
and it's if you catch a good one, it's probably like maybe 80, $90 for 3 years, and
Yeah.
with like extra 3 months, so it's not bad.
Yeah. So,
But
but yeah, no, yeah, fantasy. I'm ready. I got
I got a B in my fantasy draft grade. So
Man, don't nobody care about no fantasy draft grades, man. I got like a F
I'm
in my
just
fantasy
saying.
draft grade, and I'm like, first of all, just because artificial intelligence, which knows nothing about the game of football, gave me an F, don't mean that my team is garbage. Okay,
It's true.
okay. It
It's
said I
true.
was going to lose this week because it said I was going to get killed by Patrick Mahomes. Guess what? Patrick Mahomes only had 50 points. Now, so I'm gravy. So we got two starting quarterbacks because we only have 8 teams.
Mm.
Two starting quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers, a wide receiver tight end flex, a wide receiver tight end running back flex, 2 running backs, defensive play, and a defense, and a kicker. Yeah, the scores are going to be humongous. They're going to be ridiculously high. And I got Lamar and Jalen as my quarterback.
Wait, so you have Lamar starting?
Okay, so here's the thing.
All right.
Lamar is the
interesting take.
reason why I got an F. He's the reason why I got an F. And I'll take that F and I will take all the laughter now because Lamar got that F. But what I'm saying is Lamar is healthy. Lamar has receivers. Lamar has running backs. Now, you go, well, he's always had that. No, he hasn't. His third best receiver, who's going to be the second receiver on the wide receiver chart, is Odell Beckham, which means Odell Beckham's not getting the number 1 cornerback. He's getting the number 2 cornerback.
Mm. Yeah, I will say I like the logic. I really do. The only thing is I don't think Odell is going to play as often as you think he is, or he won't be targeted as much as you think he is as well.
Well, here's the thing. I don't need for him to be targeted a whole lot. I don't. All I need is, let's see what, I need 10 touchdowns and I need 1,200 yards, right? For the year, right? And in the role that he's playing, most of his yards are going to be, as long as he still has his speed, which everything says he does, are big play yards because the play is going to break down because people are going to be looking at Lamar and he's going to throw the ball to a veteran receiver who knows how to turn and run, right? I got, let's see, we get bonuses for 40-yard receptions and 40-yard touchdowns, right? So all I need for him to do against bad secondaries, who I'm only going to start him against bad secondaries because my wideouts are Garrett Wilson and Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't really need him. Oh, and I got Adam Thielen because it's a PPR, right?
He's old, but yeah.
He's old, but he's the number 1 wide receiver with a rookie quarterback who's already shown in preseason when he gets rattled, he looks at Adam.
Whoa. That's right. Adam Thielen's on Carolina, isn't he?
Yeah. He's the number 1. He's the number 1 wide receiver in that room. They like to run the ball, and Bryce Young has shown, at least in preseason, when he gets rattled, he looks at Thielen. Even if he doesn't throw the ball at him, that's his release valve, right? Like that's the way the system's set up.
Right.
So you would think all of the short passes, all of the comebacks and slants and all that good stuff, all the rub routes in with Thielen, them trying to get the ball to Thielen as number 1 option, right? After the first game, once Bryce Young acclimates, to football, the second game he's probably going to be in my WRT, only because I expect him to get 14, 15 targets and 12 catches, right? I can sit Chris Goodman down, which I have him in my WRT, and I have Tyler Lockett too. Like I got a stable of receivers. I don't know how I got an F.
So I love Tyler Lockett, but the problem is that Seahawks system. Even with Russell there, they were never consistent. They never consistently threw to 1 or 2 guys, and that was always what screwed me up with Seahawks players. And yet I always wind up with Seahawks players. Unfortunately, it just makes sense. It's like I can't not get them, but I know what's coming.
Well, I mean, if they're not they're never the first ones off the board, right? You end up getting them because they're your second receiver, or because you're in round 7 or 8, and you got to get a high number 2 receiver. So you look at either Metcalf or you look at Lockett, and you go, just like Chris Godwin, like he's not the number 1 receiver, right? We just found out your boy's coming back. He's actually going to play. He's not going to sign a contract. So Chris Godwin's not the number 1 receiver. But it would stand to reason from the politics of football, he's going to get a lot of targets simply because a lot of plays are not going to get called on the other side of the field. Simply because they don't want him to have a good year. They need him to catch first down, right. So third down is probably going to go to him. But the first options, nah. They got Chris Godwin up for like 2 more years, 2-3 more years. They're going to throw the ball to him. So
now I will say the only other thing, going back to your main quarterback, he just got paid, and you know how that goes. He just got.
I know how that goes. Actually, both my quarterbacks just got paid.
Well, but Jalen's different. He's just coming off Super Bowl.
Wait. What do you mean by different? In ways that Lamar isn't different.
Jalen's just coming off a Super Bowl loss, which means that money. Granted, he was owed that. He's already owed that money, and he's earned that money. But the sting of a loss in a Super Bowl, he's driven.
Okay.
I can't say the same thing for Lamar because when's the last time he played out a season, like the last few games of a season over the last
that he wasn't hurt because they ran him into the ground? I don't remember. What I will tell you,
he ran himself too. It's a 2-way street.
Oh, he's got hate for Lamar. I didn't see that one coming.
No, I don't have hate for him. It's just I like the guy, but at the same time, he's been whining about his money for like the last year.
Because they should have paid him. Should have extended him when he won after the year after he won the MVP.
You're right.
During the year, they should have extended him. This should have been a mute point. It should have been a mute point.
Well, but yes, and I'm like I said, I don't have any hate for the guy, but the fact that he hasn't ended the season in the last 2-3 seasons, and then on top of that, and this is crazy because they expect this man to carry you guys so much, and he's already done so much. So it's like, for them not to have paid him was wild. I was like, yeah, you're crazy.
Yes. And granted, I understand. I be telling people all the time about when these players sign their contracts, right? Like the normal person is familiar with paying their car note, gas bill, electricity bill on a schedule, right?
Right.
I get paid on the 1st. I pay, my rent, my mortgage, whatever. I get paid on the 15th. I pay my car. I pay everything else, right? That's when I pay. They don't realize these billionaires and multimillionaires that are running these corporations are the same. Like when you sign this guaranteed money has to go into escrow. Like it has to be a wire transfer for escrow. So when Joe Burrow got, what did he get? Joe Burrow got
275, I think, something like that.
275 guaranteed. No, 219 guaranteed, right? 275 is the contract. 5 for 275, 219 guaranteed. When you got 219, they had to send not just proof of funds, but for most contracts, not for all, but for most contracts, they literally have to send that 219 into escrow fund. Like they have to, it's like proof. Like you can't guarantee a contract without having the money. So when you guys get these guarantees, it's because these millionaires are sending wire transfers. And much like the Bengals, some of these owners, they got it, but they ain't trying to give you. They trying to wire $219 million today. The quarter ain't finished yet. I got to figure out how my other investments are rounding out. I'm gonna wire this transfer when I'm good and doggone ready, which is which is why they be waiting. Like
credit card.
Look, and people like, why hasn't Dak gotten his money? Because Jerry Jones ain't ready to cut a check for $200 million. Do you not understand? Joey Bosa, he just got his money. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because the team was ready to cut the check.
Well, I mean, Dak Prescott shouldn't get his money for a whole plethora of other reasons.
Haterade. I just had a conversation.
Totally different monologue. Totally different.
I just had a conversation. Tell me statistically, name me 9 quarterbacks better than Dak Prescott statistically over the last 7 years. Statistically, I'm not talking about wins. I'll give you that. He don't win in the playoffs.
Jalen Hurts.
I'm not saying that he does. I said name 9 better than him, and then tell me he shouldn't have got his money. I've already done the research. You can Google it if you want. I'll be on Sports
Brady,
Track
Jesus
and on the
Brady,
stats.
Aaron Rodgers.
They're not 9 statistically that are better than him. QB rating, total QBR, any one of those. They're not 9 that are statistically better than him over the last 7 years.
Yes, but that's okay. The Cowboys are way beyond statistics at this point. You guys haven't won a championship since '95. I was 5 or 6 at the time.
Are ghosts in the playoffs. That's not even the point of debate. We get there and then we forget how to play football. Okay. The clock has 7 seconds. Let me throw an in and then run up and spike the ball after the clock has expired 2 seconds. Like, we forget what we're doing. I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is,
go ahead.
You can't in the regular season. I mean, look at his win-loss percentage. Look at his stats. Like, they're not up like this. If Kirk Cousins got $30 million 4 straight times, Dak should have got at least that. That's all I'm saying. Like, Kirk Cousins he got franchised, 3 times, got traded, and then signed like a 2 or 3 year deal that was averaging 30.
Yeah.
That's the bar. Because essentially, Kirk Cousins ain't done nothing in the postseason either.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But he's a very capable regular season quarterback. He's got the wins and some of the stats, to put him above the 15, team 15 quarterback 30. He's top 15.
Yeah.
That's top 10. Like, I've done all the advanced metrics and research. I've done all the traditional ones because people like Cowboys talk about, yeah, but Dak should get his money. He shouldn't get his money. He don't never do nothing. Aaron Rodgers got his money, and he won 1 Super Bowl over a decade ago, and has not been to the championship game since.
Yeah, I have reservations about that too, but
but you got to pay them. You have to pay them. Like, this isn't a thing where you can't not pay them. You got to pay them.
I guess. I mean,
and you think it's bad now? After next year, when he can void his contract and re-sign, and he gets that Joe Burrow money, people gonna be mad. Joe Burrow's averaging $5 million a year from now until 2030.
Wait, who? Dak or Aaron?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay.
From now until 2030, right? After this year, his extension kicks in, $55 million a year. People gonna be sick because next year, Dak's gonna get like a 4-year deal, $60 million. It's gonna be like 4 years, $245 million. People sick.
I will put it like this right now. Dak is on the bubble. If he does not perform this year and get them, you guys haven't made it to the second round of the playoffs in 20 years. And unfortunately, Jerry Jones has a bad habit of drafting people and thinking that they're gonna be there for long haul and do well. And I mean, I just think, and I don't think it's Dak's fault. I don't think it's Tony Romo. That's another case. I just think that I think that stadium was built on an Indian burial ground, or Jerry Jones has pissed off the football gods in some way, shape, or form because that team is just cursed. I don't know what it is. They're just cursed.
When we fired Jimmy Johnson, right? When you fired Jimmy Johnson, that was it. Like, that was the football gods going, you really think you know what you're doing? And it's also Jerry Jones's point where he turned and said, yeah, this is about wins, but this is about football. Like, for all you want to say about Jerry Jones, the fact that we're not winning, Jerry only cares about this much about winning. Jerry cares this much about making money.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And being the most valuable franchise in all of sports is saying something.
You're right.
Like,
you're 100% right.
That's all. And he wants to win this year, kind of, sort of. But he don't really want to do too well. Right. Because he got to pay Michael Parsons next summer. Yeah. And if Nick Bosa got 5 years, $170 million with $122 million guaranteed and a $50 million signing bonus, can you imagine what Michael Parsons is about to get?
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see about that. Now, speaking of football, the most electrifying team right now isn't even in the NFL. It's a college team.
Oh.
Coach Prime
We
and
coming.
his Colorado Buffaloes.
We coming.
Man, when I say I love the way Coach Prime is adjusting to college football life. And I mean, for him to go from Jackson State, where everybody was like, yeah, nah, I ain't going to do nothing. He completely turned that place out. And honestly, from what I heard, and in some of the documentaries, it was a dump. And they were barely paying this man. And he was able to turn it around and also have, people like the transfer portal. That probably hit at the right time for him because now everybody can come to him, almost like NBA free agency. And now for him to be in Colorado, and when he first walked in the door, he was like, look, I got people coming. All y'all on scholarship right now. Y'all not about to be on scholarship. You gonna earn your team, your spot on the team back. If not, you just need to go ahead and hit the transfer portal right now. I mean, everybody thought he was crazy, and we've heard bits and pieces of what's going on. How's he doing? And now like it's all coming home to roost. Like his son went through for 510 yards. I got the box score up here, like 510 yards in your debut at a new school. 510 yards. You had 4 receivers over 100 yards
against a team that was in the national championship earlier this year. Granted, their defense, they didn't really have no defense last year either. But still, I mean, you're talking about a real school, right? What people would consider a real school. But let's back up to Coach Prime, right? Jackson State, he did what Deion does. Mm-hmm. Came in there, they ain't had no money for him. He didn't care. He didn't care. Didn't care. Didn't need to care. Didn't need the money, right?
Right.
Transfer portal opened up. He knew that was coming. He knew how he was going to play that. NIL money opened up. He knew how he was going to play that. He knew he was bringing his son with him, and he knew what his son was. Okay, so let me back up. I've been telling people for the week, right? It's kind of hard to have one of the best cornerbacks in football as your father.
Yeah.
And not be aware of what cornerbacks do on the football field. It's kind of hard to not only have one of the best cornerbacks in the history of football, but also have a 4-star cornerback brother that you can practice against every single day, every single week, right? And it also does help that Shador's 21.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's 18 or 19, right?
He's mature.
He's learned. He is an athlete. He's not tiny. And if you believe the reports, he's being mentored by Tom Brady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's massive.
So when you put all that together, you can see why, they were upset when they lost like 2 games or 3 games at Jackson State those 2 years that they were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to be coached by Jesus Brady himself.
Hey, man. Like, and the funny part is, when we saw him on last Saturday, because I was watching the game at a birthday party for my niece. Lovely birthday party, but I was watching the game because I saw a drive, and I was like, is this kid really not rushed? Like, you see him drop back in the pocket, and it doesn't matter what the defense is doing. He is not rushed. He sits there like he has all day, and even when he's scrambling to buy time, there's no rush. Like him and that kid from USC, Caleb Martin, they're the same way in the pocket. And that I'm watching him going, okay, so he's not rushed. Okay, so he can make the throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he accurate? Yeah.
Can he buy some time? Can he spin out? Can he, protect the ball? He's doing that. Like, how did y'all see tape of this kid in FBS and just go, oh, he's playing in FBS, so he's not going to be good here? Like, Ben Roethlisberger showed that he could be good, and he wasn't really playing in a, FCS school. He wasn't playing in a Power 5 conference.
Right.
So it's not like you can't make the connection, but, there's a whole lot of melanin bias in this.
Yeah,
but they love it in the Colorado now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Coach Prime's going to change all that. Like, I mean, I think a new wave of coaches or the new wave of coaching is going to happen. The whole Alabamas, the Nebraskas,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
that's out. Especially with NIL deals, you probably see a lot more coaches who used to play in the NFL and whatnot probably start coaching because of this. And because, I mean, now it's the name that draws the kids to that. And then now also, like with the transfer portal, you can transfer to a school and play the same year. At first, you used to have to sit out.
Oh, so that's what they
So
were talking about. Okay,
that's
that makes sense.
that's the reason why kids are going to transfer portal now, because as soon as they transfer, they can go and play.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
So
okay, so back to what you said at the beginning. Deion came into Colorado. He said, "I'm bringing my luggage with me," and it's Louis. He was telling the truth. Then he told the guys, "You have to like earn your scholarship again,"
yep.
which a lot of people are like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" But he introduced them 2 years early to the business of football. He did them a favor in that regard,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know. And so, coverage starts at 11 a.m. my time. I've I've arranged my entire morning so that I can be in front of my TV with a Canada Dry and quite likely some oxtails
Oh
to
my
watch this
gosh.
game. Like
Hey, can we
I'm
get an
I'm
oxtail?
I'm ready.
Can we get an oxtail deal? Like, who's making that right now? Like, I
Oh
mean,
man! First of all, why are oxtails so expensive? When I bought them, I went in to get more, and then I realized it was $20 a pound.
oof.
I was like, I'm just eating them.
Mm.
I'm the only person. I only need 1 pound because I don't need to eat all of them because that's not the way that my doctor would want me to eat. So I'm just gonna get one, eat 1 pound. But yes, we will. If anybody's listening, we will take an oxtail deal. I'll even help you write that. We'll help you with the copy. It's all
Hmm.
good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, Coach Prime and Shadura. I mean, also like 510 yards. That was a school record. School record.
510 yards in your first game at a Power
Again.
Five conference.
Yeah, yeah. Against a predominantly big name football school.
No, Texas Christian is a serious program, and but yeah, no.
I just hope this sustains. Like, I hope this level. I don't expect them to win every game, but even if it's close, and you can see that they're still in it and trying, and maybe just the other team just has better players that performs.
Okay,
Cool.
how many games you got them losing? How
Okay.
many
Well,
games you got them losing?
ignorant question. How many games do college football teams play?
Well, I think they got 12. 12. I got them going either 10-2 or 9-3, only because
Yeah.
they're in the Pac-12, and I was a novice when the game started.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time the game was over, I had Googled all the Pac-12 schools, and I got to see, when the disappointment is coming, right? Because they're gonna eat him up when he loses a game. I just hope that the loss is so far down the road that they can't say much. Like,
Right.
you got to beat Nebraska tomorrow. Matter of fact,
Speaking of Nebraska, you know who coaches Nebraska, right?
I know exactly who coaches Nebraska, and I know every Carolina Panthers fan is rooting for Deion Sanders, even if they don't like black people.
Sure enough. I hope they trounce Matt Rule. Like, make him look like, dude, you shouldn't even be coaching in college. Like, you should be done. You're over with.
Nebraska is 0-1, right?
Oh, nice.
They lost to, I don't even remember. I looked it up. They lost to Minnesota. Not saying Minnesota's a slouch, but they lost, and they were only able to muster up 10 points. All I'm saying is, I need for the Buffs to be undefeated going into the 23rd of September, because there's a back-to-back that they've got. They're in the Pac-12, so their big teams are Oregon and USC, and Stanford's kind of a sleeper team, and then you got Utah, who's ranked right now. Got a couple of really tough in-conference games with good quarterbacks like Oregon State, or historically good enough programs like Arizona State. But September the 23rd, they have Oregon, and then they got USC with Caleb Martin, back-to-back weeks. I need him to win his first 3 games and win one of those games. Because if he wins one of those games, I don't see him losing maybe to Oregon State, right?
Maybe. But
So you end
that's
up 10-2, but you end
yeah.
up 10-2. You don't make it to the national championship, but you make it to like the Rose Bowl, which is right under the national championship, which is a big name
Yeah,
game.
I mean, yeah, that's a win. Just get to one of the bowl games. If you get to one of the bowl games, and if they continue to put on the performance that they are putting on, they will get a bowl game. That part, I'm not really worried about because I mean, you got Coach Prime, people tuning in just because Coach Prime. Now he's in, I've never wanted to watch a Colorado Buffaloes game until now.
Me neither. But you're sitting here screaming at the screen like they're your team now,
Yeah.
and they kind of are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think if you're a black person and into college football, I don't care who was your team, but Colorado is your team now.
Yeah.
They are your team. I remember watching a Club Shay Shay episode. Shout out to Shannon Sharp with that interview, and I watch a lot of Club Shay Shay because I love the way that Shannon Sharp does the interviews, not like the people he picks. And one of them was Coach Prime, and that was a profound one. That was really big. He flew out there to Colorado, and he was asking questions, "Why are you here?" Blah blah. Coach Prime is I didn't know. One thing I didn't realize was he was so spiritual about the stuff that he does.
Oh yeah,
I did not realize that. And
he's been that way for a while.
And I mean, and then on top of that, for him to go out there and for him to have the intensity that he has while dealing with the off-field issues that he has, like the man just had like a bunch of his toes chopped off, and like he has bad nerve issues in his leg, and to a point to where they're talking about possibly taking his leg.
Yeah, man.
And that part sucks, especially for him, coming from where he is, like being, a football legend as well as a baseball legend.
This generation does not understand. I just heard the stat yesterday. He played baseball at a high level for 10 years. Yeah. 10 years. Not Tim Tebow. He went to camp.
Oh yeah.
Not Bo Jackson, who I think had like 7. Deion played for 10 years.
Yeah.
Both football and baseball. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I think he's got a World Series championship and a Super Bowl championship. Mm-hmm. Like who does that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's hot though. That's what's up.
Hey man, but that turf toe, can we take a moment? All right. Unsung injuries in football, turf toe. So people may not remember. I remember when Deion came to the Cowboys, Atlanta, San Francisco, Dallas. And it was in Dallas, in that funky old stadium we had, that he developed turf toe. Coming from San Francisco, that they were on grass, and in Dallas, where they were on actual turf, which most people don't understand. It's a thin layer of rubber on top of concrete. He developed turf toe. And that turf toe has morphed into what he's got going on right now. Like, it's when they say, he's got circulation issues in his legs because he had to have, while he was in the NFL, he had like 3 or 4 surgeries because of turf toe, right? Shaq had turf toe. Calvin Johnson, he had calf injury, had a little bit of turf toe, but like turf toe is a thing, especially for corners and wide receivers, more so for corners. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, he's and I would imagine that's let me not say that. What I will say though is, situations like that, the mortality of your career and your physical mortality, are things that I would imagine bring you into a realm where you can, I don't want to say acquire, but receive this air of spirituality and, jump into that, dive into that. So, he's very lone man. Like he has a church home that he takes a part in. Like he reads, he doesn't make any moans about who he is. He doesn't shout it to the rafters, but he don't keep quiet about it either, which I can respect both ways. You know what I mean? So, I'm just glad he's doing well. I'm glad his sons are doing well.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad the kid that he brought with him, Travis Hunter, they're talking about this man. Like, I mean, Shador's gonna be drafted in the first round if he comes out this year and they go 10-2. He's gonna be drafted in the first round.
Well, I mean, technically, he only has maybe 1 year left.
I thought he had 2. He had 1 or 2.
I mean, if he's played 2 years at Jackson State and then he's playing this year here, he should only have 1 year left. And
unless
even at that,
graduates and gets that 5th year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but let's assume he has 1 year left. But even still, like, with Travis Hunter playing 90% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
What is this, 1930?
Yeah, because he plays both. He plays both ways, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
He had almost, I think he had 100 yards receiving, and he had that interception.
Yeah, he had
like 4 tackles.
Yeah, what was it? He had 11 receptions, 119 yards, didn't have any touchdowns, which is fine. But I mean, yeah, for you to play both sides of the ball like that is crazy.
Yeah, like athlete.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Put him on the field, and you're winning either way it goes. So, I'm happy.
Oh wait, here's the stats on the defense. Now I don't know what TOT is, but whatever. He didn't have any. Yeah, what in the world is TOT? I need to get my acronyms up.
Hey, if you're gonna be watching college football, you do, because after next week, they'll have 2 games. They're gonna start throwing advanced analytics everywhere, and you're gonna need to know.
His true throwing rating was a 66%. Yeah, but he completed 90% of his passes. Well, that's what the deep analytics are. It's like that doesn't make sense, but whatever.
See, TOT. Oh, solo tackles? Unassisted tackle.
That's what TOT is? I see solo tackles. Okay.
Maybe one of the abbreviations or acronyms might come across is TOT, which is total touchdowns. I don't know. I thought solo tackles were like not TOT. I just thought they were T's.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. But I mean,
we'll know next week for sure.
Yeah.
We'll know next week for sure.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of next week, September 12th, the Apple event.
Oh.
So, for anybody out there, not only are we just, husbands and whatnot, but I used to work with Steve back in Best Buy Mobile. And so I'm definitely phone guys. Not as much as I used to be, because honestly, I just want my phone to work, which is
Doesn't it hurt, man? Doesn't it hurt?
Yeah. Which
iPhone do you have?
14. Oh, no, 13 Pro.
Ditto. And my son has a 14 Pro. This is the second time that I have not got an iPhone every single year. Second time. Like, because I would get them every year. And now I'm at the age where I don't really care. And not the only reason, but the reason why I'm getting the 15 is because it's a 15, 15 major numbers. So I was going to do something crazy. And my charger port doesn't work. So I have to charge with
wireless.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
We're phone guys.
Yeah. And I mean, Apple, I will say, they've made it very well. They've engineered their phones very well in such a way that you don't have to upgrade every year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm going on maybe 2.5, 3 years with my phone. And I do wish I had the dynamic island. I will say it. That's the only thing I wish I had right now. Only thing. But like with the 15, and I wasn't quite sure exactly how this, I haven't really been keeping up with too many of the leaks, but some of the ones that I saw are like, they're doing a chassis upgrade. So right now the bodies are stainless steel. For the Pro models, they're switching it up to titanium.
Take my money.
Yeah. So of course it's going to be much stronger. It's not going to flex as much, which is an awesome thing. Then you have the A17 chip, which is Pro models only. Yeah. And that's built on the 3 nanometer production process, which means it's super small, but yet packs a major punch. A periscope lens that goes from 5 to 6 times optical zoom.
I don't even know what that means, and I want it.
And then they've also upped it from 12 megapixels to 48. So for the longest, Samsung would cram as many megapixels into a phone as possible, but iPhone usually stayed in the 12 range, and they did really well with just managing how they did that. So now them making that jump is going to be a major thing. Can
we stop on the camera? Because I have friends that have Google Pixels.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you this right now. When the Pixel launched, its first Google Pixel, it had better photos than any iPhone on the planet, and it has every day since. And I think Apple is sick and tired of being second or third place to that, right? And so, we really have to respect what they have done with 12 megapixels for the last decade.
Exactly.
But I saw somebody with a Google Pixel taking pictures of stuff on the surface of the moon because it can, and I was like, I'm feeling a little envious right now because if I take a picture of the moon, it's going to be a white circle, whereas you're seeing craters on the moon. That's not acceptable. Apple, step your game up.
Like when we send people back to the moon, I should be able to take pictures of them.
I should be able to see you so I can prove that we actually went back to the moon.
That's a whole different conversation.
That's another week.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Well, we're gonna have moon conspiracies and flat earthers. We're gonna put that in for next week.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh my god, I gotta find a video because we'll do that next week. But then also we have iOS 17 launching. Normally with what Apple does is the day of the launch, you'll actually be able to get iOS 17, which is actually.
So did you just get the 16.6.1 update? Because it just popped up on mine, and I know if you don't have 16.6.1, it's going to be really hard for you to download 17 on. Let's see what you call it on Tuesday. So Tuesday night, it's going to make it real hard. Oh,
I got 16.6.1. I need to do that. Yeah. So I'll probably do that tonight. But man, iOS 17, and you know what? I'm going to share my screen on this.
Let's look at it. At it.
Apple Events. Wait, why is Apple Events up there? Come on.
And I'll see this. Why are you sharing your screen? I mean, it's not that we don't respect other phones and their capabilities. It just so happens that we have thousands of dollars of Apple devices in our home. And no matter how good you say Google and the ecosystem is, we're never switching. It's just not. I just bought 4 Apple minis, the speakers. I just bought 4 of them. I'm not going anywhere. Like, take my money. Just don't abuse me. That's all I'm saying.
I think once you get that, because I was against Apple for the longest, and then I finally got my first iPhone, and I was like, you know what, I can see why. And then slowly, what happened was I then bought an iMac, and was like,
it's a gateway drug.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because then it was like, oh, okay, I see this. And
when's the first time you experienced continuity and was like, oh, this is why?
Oh yeah. That's exactly what happened. It was like the light bulb went off, and you set it up, and you're like, so I can copy and paste from my phone to my computer.
Dude, I was the king of starting papers on my phone and then pulling up pages on my computer and finishing it in Pages, then throwing it into Microsoft Word. Like,
oh yes,
it's
magical.
Unless you have one,
you
don't appreciate how easy it is. Now, from time to time, I want the hassle of having an Android phone so I can completely customize it the way that I want to. And I say that jokingly, kind of, like the hassle of setting it up and making my own decisions and all that good stuff. But that's only like 12% of the time. The other 88%, I'm like, I don't want to make all the decisions.
Yeah, and from an IT guy's perspective, I will say Apple, I love technology. I love messing with it. I like tinkering with it. But when it comes to my own devices and me at home and things that go on there, I want it to just work. Like honestly, Apple should redo their tagline as like, Apple, it just works.
So that I think was it iPhone 3? Like that was a part of their marketing for like 3 weeks for iPhone 3. Like the whole idea that it just works, right? Because what they were highlighting is the fact that everybody says you want to make all these decisions with these other phones, but matter of fact, I was giving up my HTC phone. You remember the big old HTC brick phones?
First off, okay, there's 2 phones that I would, if I ever had to switch back, it's a Google Pixel or something HTC. But you have to bring back HTC Sense. That's the only way I'll do it.
HTC Sense was dope, man.
You have to bring that back. Like if you don't bring HTC Sense back, I don't want it. HTC Sense was. I had the Evo, the Thunderbolt. Oh man, you couldn't tell me those weren't.
Oh my gosh, those are magnificent phones. magnificent phones. Complicated as all get out, but magnificent phones.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh man.
Yeah. Well, so we've got, live voicemail, which this is going to take screening to a whole new level. Like, people already screen their phone calls, but this, now that I can see it and be like, yeah, you ain't talking about nothing. Whatever.
So you want to hear the sad part?
What's that?
And you know how deep we were into WWDC, how deep we were into all of these.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first time. I don't know none of this that you about to say. Like, you said live voicemail. I was like, they got live voicemail? What's that?
Yeah, so you got live voicemail. So it's like, if you don't answer the call and it goes to your voicemail, what happened is, they'll begin to record because they'll get the same prompt. Yeah, but what happened now, it transcribes it and puts it on your home screen while you're looking at it. So, and it still gives you the option to pick it up. So
that's dope as crap, yo.
Yeah, so bill collectors, your mama, anybody, it's like, oh shoot, that's my mom talking. Okay, she ain't talking about that.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. So when I don't answer and they're talking my voicemail, I see a live translation and I can accept the phone call at any time?
That's correct. That is
correct. Yo.
That is correct.
Yo. Better not be talking greasy about my voicemails no more. That's all I'm saying. Don't be talking greasy in my voicemails no more.
Yeah, man.
What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. You got to be careful now.
That's funny.
And then you have messages. All your messaging apps in one place, which is all right, cool. That's not really cool. For me and for me as a husband, this is big because my wife, we check in with each other every time we go to work. So now, basically, you can check in automatically. So as soon as you get there, it automatically just says, "Hey, such checked in at work around such time."
Do not like. Do not like.
I mean, if you have, if your wife is the stalkerish one, she'll love this and she'll set this up without you even knowing. So
can I please have a moment to express my extreme displeasure for an automated check-in? Okay?
Duly noted.
I don't need that in my life, right? My wife already has access to my location, right? Because we do the location sharing, right?
Oh yeah,
and that's because I know you're a stalker. I'm a stalker too. And I need for you to know that at any particular point in time, you can know where I am.
Yep.
I don't need something telling you where I am all the time. Not necessary. I respect it. Not necessary. Don't like it.
This is just taking it to the next level. It's just saying, you know what? She didn't have to check your location. We'll just send it to we just tell her. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing about that. When she's checking my location, she has to physically overcome whatever bad thing she's associated with being a stalker to do that. Like, she has to put more effort to do that. If she sets a geofence on my location around movie theaters or malls and they automatically tell her where I am, she ain't got to do nothing. She just call me and be like, stop spending money. I don't like that. Don't like. Don't like. She'll get the notification and then she'll call me in 13 minutes because she know I'm in the middle of previews that I absolutely love and talk to me like, oh, I see you at the movies. What you mean? Yeah, you're at AMC right now. Well,
point being, click.
Please let me watch my previews. Bye.
Yeah. Point being, whatever. You should have been here.
I'm already here.
Yeah, and then you got search filters, which I use something like this all the time because sometimes I don't know which message I said this in. So now you can parse it based on the person that you talk to, and then go in and say, okay, I know this was in the message I have with my wife, and now I'm talking about ravioli.
Apple's so far behind. That's very useful. I'm pretty sure they had Android that on Android.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing: a lot of people say, "Oh, Apple gets things late." I'm like, true, but when they implement it, it's good. It's not a half-baked idea when it's implemented.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And then you get new way to share your location, all right, whatever. Read an audio message transcription. So same thing. Like when you record an audio message, it's transcribed immediately.
Yo, stop sending me audio messages, yo. If I wanted to talk to you, if I wanted to hear your voice, I'd have called you. Don't send me no audio message. No.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I'm gonna read the transcription.
Right.
I'm not even gonna listen to
it. Well, but here's a funny thing. This brings in a whole new dimension of tech for me because I'm like, okay, let's say I'm in the U.S., of course, and I want to text somebody that's in another country. why are we not in the age where when they text me, it automatically gets translated into my native language?
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be
Like,
dope for the WhatsApp people for sure.
yeah, like why aren't we there yet? That's my thing.
Well,
Stickers.
I'm sure we're there. We're just not there. Like I'm pretty sure Japan already has this.
Oh yeah,
We ain't got it though.
yeah. So I'm waiting on that. When that happens, that's gonna be big. And then you got stickers. You can create stickers out of anything. So any picture that you have or live preview or whatever the thing's called, you can turn those into stickers, which is pretty awesome. Then you got FaceTime. Oh yeah, so now they have voicemail for FaceTime. If somebody doesn't pick up, now you can leave voicemails. So that's a pretty cool one. Not really a big thing.
Definitely
and
for
now,
and other things.
Yes, yeah. And then you have FaceTime on Apple TV.
Been waiting on this one.
Yeah.
Been waiting on this one.
Yeah. So if you have some of the newer Apple TVs and you have an iPhone that's near it, you just start the call and then it'll transfer to Apple TV and you just put your phone on like a bookcase or something to face whoever's talking or whatever. And now you've turned basically Apple TV's become a conference unit.
Okay, so this is one of the reasons why Apple gets people like me, because A, it just works. B, this seems like such a small thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an iPhone and you have an Apple TV, this is a humongous thing, right? Because what I do now for birthdays is I hold my phone up so my parents can sing a birthday party and sing happy birthday. But now I can put them on the screen and do the same thing without having this in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is gold.
Oh gold. Yeah. And then check this out. React with your hands. A reaction that fills the camera frame with a fun 3D augmented reality effects like hearts, confetti, fireworks, and more. It's a novelty, but I mean the fact that you can do it based off a hand gesture.
I was gonna say I don't think Apple has the kind of selection that's going to allow for maximum user experience, especially with hand gestures.
Yeah,
I don't think they're ready for that. No. I don't think they're ready for that.
Yeah. And next we have standby. Honestly, this is something big for me because I have a wireless charger next to my bed.
Yes.
And it's nice to have, like, if my phone turns sideways, give me the clock. Give me, give me something to look at my for what I got going on next day, or, music, whatever. Like this is good. I've been waiting on this one for a minute, and they don't have anything that plays here. Live activities in full screen. So if you're fat and you ordered your Uber Eats, you can see the status of it, before it gets to you, withatever. Siri results at a glance, interactive widgets, which Android has had for a while. And honestly, I must say, without having widgets for so long, I could really care less. Didn't really bother me. It is cool, but
it's like you can live without it. It's nice to have, but
yeah,
I'm not dying if I don't.
So the reason why I didn't really care anymore was because you have to understand, one, that's using data. So if you're on a specific plan that you're tracking that uses data, and then on top of that, battery consumption.
I got a question. Who's tracking their data anymore?
Well, yeah, you're right. True. I'm just saying, it does use data, but
I mean, admittedly, this is a first world problem, right?
Yes.
Admittedly, I'm just who tracks. I don't.
You're right. You're right.
No, I feel you. I feel you with the widgets, man. I feel you.
Yeah. AirDrop. Now, when you're airdropping something to somebody, that does not. Oh, yeah. It does not. If you walk away, it will not just cut off. It will continue using internet, but also in this example here, name drop. So now you can create custom cards for yourself and you can share it with each other, and you exchange numbers, and you can actually pick what you want to share with people. So then that way you're being selective. You don't have to give everything, and you create these custom contact cards now. And now whenever you call that person, your contact card comes up on their phone. Nice. So in that way, I don't have to do it myself for everybody. You create your contact card, whatever you want me to see when you call, cool, whatever.
My mind sees us going absolutely to the left. Absolutely to the left. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I've had a long day.
You know what? Let's explore that. I'm with it. Let's explore that.
My mind is going absolutely to the left in two different ways. Okay. The first one being, You know what you know what your face card is? And when you send me a message and that face card comes up, some people's lives are going to get turned upside down. That's the first way it's going now. Second way is I change my contact card for you and send you a message when I know you're in public to cause you. This is how my mind works. I'm thinking, when we were unmarried, some of the things that would happen, like I send you a text message, you ain't answering. All right, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I know when I call you, my face card comes up. So I'm changing my face card for you. And you know what would be crazy? What if CarPlay pulls up face cards too?
Oh my God.
And what if on my face card, instead of my face, I have a picture of exactly what I want everybody in your car to see?
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it's a problem.
I like it. The inherent danger is there for me.
It's definitely a problem. You need help. You should see a therapist.
I have one, and he gets paid good money to help me work through these.
What? How many appointments have you been to? Because I need to know if it's helping.
Here's the sad part. It has helped. It has helped.
We need a better help deal.
This is progress. This is progress.
We need a better help deal. Share play. I've never really actually tried to use this.
So. I tried it once on the airplane. It's okay.
Yeah, I could care less. And my wife has her own phone, so listen to it.
But what's up with the journaling? Hold up.
Yeah. So journal. That one's actually a really good one because what happens is, like, if you take pictures on the day, or listen to music, or you're traveling on a specific day, or did something that day that's outside of your norm, you can create a journal entry based on the pictures that happened that day, the location that happened that day, the music you were listening to, the pictures you took, all of that. So people who are trying to get into journaling, this is probably the easiest way to do it. Definitely, take advantage of this. This is actually pretty nice. It's a really nice feature. I like this.
You know what this is, right?
This is Apple stealing your data?
No. This is Apple feeling guilty that you have 20,000 photos on your phone and you don't know what none of them are attached to. This is their attempt to help you organize your photos because they know you're not going through them.
It's true.
I got the terabyte, and I'm going to check my picture count. Because people are like, you don't have that many photos. You don't have that many photos. My phone says 27,296. Now, all of them not on my phone. But a good 50% of them are, because I have a terabyte.
Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then, just like you said, journaling suggestions personalized for you.
Yes.
So they give you recommended. So it's like, hey, use this picture, put this, and do this, and then create that. All right, cool. It's almost like dictating your life. It's like they can read your life and be like, oh, okay, so you did this today. They'll come up using AI at some point. They'll be able to generate the story for you and be like, yeah. And be like, wait, how'd you know I did that?
I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, explaining to her, Apple already has my face, right? Because it scans your face even when you're not using it, because it has to detect your eye location, right, to determine whether the screen needs to stay on or not. Yep. So it literally has scanned my face today, I don't know, 300 times. It has my face. I was worried about it. I'm not. No. So I'm in for a penny, in for $1, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not. They got it. I just want you to make my life easier, since you got my face and everything, and just make money off of me the ethical way. Whatever that means, right?
Yeah, whatever that means.
Like, keep hitting me with those iTunes charges that I got to go back and search to figure out what they are. I'd rather you do that.
Speaking of that, don't they always get you like at random times? Like, it'd be like 11 o'clock at night. You're looking at your phone. It's like, Apple Music, $5.99, and you're like, why are you taking that out at 11? What are you doing,
man? I got 6 phones, and a tablet, and 2 computers, and like you know the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure between you and I, we average 26 Apple devices. Easy, right?
It's probably about right.
And all of them have apps that are associated with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they all come through my account. And at any particular point in time, I have no idea what these charges are for. Like,
Oh yeah.
Apple has so much of my money that I have no idea what it's for.
And you
I
can't,
can't even
and you can't
complain.
cut it off. Yeah, you
No.
can't cut it off because you have no idea what it's connected to. It's like,
Man, I canceled a subscription. I got a phone call from my wife a couple months ago threatening my life. I did not understand that subscription was tied to a business social media account.
Mm.
And it was at that point where I was just like, Apple, you won. Just
Yeah.
you won.
Yeah.
You won. Just make sure I have access to all my music and my photos and back up all my stuff. That's all I care about. You won. Whatever you need to take, just I'll search through it once a year when my accountant says I have to search through it to make sure it's a business expense.
And then you got password sharing, passkey sharing, which they're just making it easier to do. I mean, I already do that with my wife in text, so good luck with that. Music, I don't really care. The rest of this, AirPlay, don't really care. AirPods,
You gotta give me a new pair.
I'm not.
I've been waiting.
I mean,
I've been waiting.
So to me, AirPods, I don't use them consistently, but I do see the reason why I would have them. I normally use mine in a way that they're always in my pocket. And if I have to get on a call in public, I will definitely use them. And so that, and with 4 kids, I gotta have my hands free. So, all right, fine, whatever. Pop in my AirPods and do what I'm doing. Cool, whatever. Or if I'm shopping, my wife's telling me, all the stuff that I need to get, or saying that stuff that I don't need to get, just saying don't spend any money. Yeah, that's used for. Or if I'm at my child's game and I kind of need an oasis for a second, I'm listening to like my YouTube podcast and things like that. So yeah, all right, cool. But yeah, I'm
gonna tell you this: if I could wear my AirPod Pros 24/7, I would. Like if they had like a motion regenerative charge that I'd never take them out of my ear, I'd never take them out of my ear. Like my son lost a pair, so I gave him mine, and I got some Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Then he lost those, and I gave him my Studios, and I switched for his Studio Beats, like the ones that go over the ear.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost one of those. No, I didn't lose. I lost the charging case and one of them on an airplane. And so those were like last month. It was too close to September, and I know they're about to do a whole new Apple event. So like, I'm just gonna wait it out. I'm gonna get my backup ones, which are like $40 headphones.
Yep.
Man, punishment. Like this, it is the law. It's the best commercial ever for AirPods, and I promise you, before the end of September is out, I will have another set of AirPod Pros, and you'll see them in my ear all the time because they're just that good. Like from transparency to noise cancellation, I can hear you to I can't hear you.
You're right. Yeah. Well, I just haven't. So I've never been a big person on the type of headphones that go and stay in my ear. I'm just not. I'm an over ear headphone like this or like the AirPods. The Pros. Yeah, the AirPod Pros. Yeah, or the AirPod Max. That's what it is. If I could get a pair of those, I would. That's my beat. I'm cool with that. Anything else, I'm not. That's why they normally just stay in my pocket, and I only use them if I absolutely have to.
Oh man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Best $250 I've spent multiple times ever.
Now,
and that's including all trips to Vegas.
Now, I will say, I am clearing off my Apple Card now for that event, just in case, because normally they give good deals on things, and it's like, because what's crazy is they'll be like, yeah, we'll give you 6% cash back if you buy this, and we'll also take some money off, and then you can do it in installments, and then I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they get me. Like that's how I bought my last AirPods. I was like, you know what, that sounds like a good deal. I do have my Apple Card. All right, let's do it.
Hey, look, you're gonna buy it eventually anyway. You might as well get the money back. Might as well. Find the best deal that suits you, like whether it's the carrier or whether it's Best Buy or Target. I remember when I bought my kids' phones, I went to a specific Target. One, because they had them mispriced. Two, because they had gift cards, and the gift cards were $300 per phone. Because they were trying to get Target Mobile off the ground, which they don't even have Target Mobile anymore. They just have kiosks that are run by, the manufacturers. But still, I got 3 gift cards for $300, buying $699 iPhones on an installment plan on a cashback credit card. And I was like, I'll do it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so, that's pretty much what we have for the show today.
Yeah, we're coming up on time. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, didn't want it to go too long, but this has been the first episode of the Fear the Hive 1155 podcast. I am your host, Dominique. Welcome to the Quiet Storm.
You've been waiting to do that, haven't you?
I have.
On some ASMR stuff. You've been waiting to do that.
Yeah, I'm about to get a boom mic. Like I'm gonna go full podcasting. Like you guys are gonna see the thing hanging down from here. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is Dominique.
Man, we move in like 2.5 weeks or something like that, and the office is I already talked to my wife. I got my screens. I got those the arms with the microphones on it.
Yeah,
got all that ready to go up. It's gonna be. I can't wait.
Let's do it, man. I can't wait to see it. We're gonna need like a tour.
Oh yeah, once I get it set up, we have a video tour. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not that you guys in podcast world can see, but if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of that, this podcast will be put out on YouTube, of course. Will also be put out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher. Like it's like a whole bunch of random ones. So like
wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcasts, we will be there. Remember, Fear the Hive 1155. You can't miss it. And once again, we are not associated with the Beehive or Beyonce unless you guys tune into the podcast and Beyonce wants to be on the podcast.
If she wants to, we will put her on the screen. We don't even have to be there. We'll talk and she can respond or sing or whatever she wants. She can sit there quietly for an hour and a half if she wants to. I don't care. Works for me. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a great time. Can't wait to do it again.
Also, in the future, we definitely want to do this live. We will, at some point, put out an invite code for everybody. So in that way, you can be an audience. And we would like to be able to take questions for you guys and, have you on here, just to chit-chat, throw some curveballs, man. Because
interactivity, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.
All right, you guys have a good one.